So, the One Piece live action series just released, and what can I say? I was wrong. For any of you that watched my video where I reacted to the trailer and rightfully called me a clown, you were right. I was a clown. So I just finished episode 1, literally 10 minutes before recording this. I was making notes all the way through, and what can I say? It was really good. I honestly thought with it being One Piece, and you know how it is with One Piece, the characters, the setting, all of it is really fantastical, very, very anime and sort of out there and wild. I thought this was going to be impossible to make live action because live action doesn't do well with fantastical sort of wacky elements that anime brings. It just makes it really cringe. And yet they sort of managed to keep it grounded. They managed to not go overboard and make it really silly. They've managed to keep it sort of grounded with the characters, and even like Luffy's Gum abilities don't seem that weird. They seem to work. Speaking of Luffy's Gum abilities, let's talk about that first. So my main gripe with the trailer was the CGI. I thought this is not going to work with all the sort of stretchy business going on. It's not going to look good with CGI because CGI very rarely looks half decent. But to my surprise, Luffy's CGI looked really good, and I think they did this very well by keeping it not to a minimum. I'm not talking with the lack of use. The Gum stuff and the stretchy goodness was all used quite often. I think they did it well by just using it in very short snaps, very like half a second clips, 1 second clips of him using the stuff. The only time where, and it was shown in the trailer, where I did have a bit of a gripe was when he was using Gum pistol, and that very long prolonged shot of him stretching his arm out. It just gives you too long to look at it and realize, yeah, that's definitely CGI. But all the rest of it, and even the end of the Gum pistol attack where he actually hits Alvida, really, the sound it makes and, you know, the snap is really, really good. And the bit where he stretches his cheek and all other little bits when she's clobbering him with the club, they're all really just short, snappy clips, and it makes you not get enough time to look at it fully, and I think that's why it works so well. If I was to have one little, it's not really even a gripe with episode 1, it's not even really a bad thing, it's just really the first 30 minutes of episode 1, it jumps around a lot, and I get it, it has to jump around a lot because Netflix know what we want. They know we just want straw hat goodness. They know we want, you know, the adventures, so we got to get the origin stuff out of the way really early. And we got to remember, it's not going to be just One Piece fans, anime fans watching this. It's going to be just anybody who decides to click on it. So the stuff with Gold Roger, you've got to have in as I think that being the first scene is really, really good because it sets the premise of what this whole thing is a pirate story. We're looking for treasure. Everyone's after it. But like I say, them first 30 minutes do have a lot of character jumps, time jumps. It's really just in your face for the first 30 minutes, but like I say, it's literally half of the first episode. After that, Luffy, Nami and Zoro all together, and we can start the adventure. Speaking of characters, they are very well adapted. Even some of the wackier ones, like Axeham Morgan, I thought was pretty good. In terms of One Piece, he's not that wacky of a character. You get some wackier ones much later down the line, which would be interesting to see what happens as the characters get wackier and more flamboyant and a bit weirder. How is the show going to manage them? Are they going to manage to keep this level that we've got now, or are we going to hit a wall where people start saying, wow, this is actually kind of cringe and not really for me? It's going to be interesting to see how well they do with this. But honestly, we all knew from the trailers that especially Makenyu was going to be a fantastic Zoro, and he absolutely nails it. He's a badass. He looks so cool in the role. I did rewatch episode 1 in the Japanese dub because I heard it was obviously going to be the OG cast doing the dub over, which is, if you're a hardcore fan, that's fantastic. But honestly, I think I did prefer the English because it's not very... With any dub, you must realise the lips are never going to match up to what they're saying half the time. But like I say, it just gives you a really good excuse to watch it twice if you do want to watch it with the original Japanese cast. But honestly, I think I'll watch the series with the English actors. They do a great job. And lastly, I just want to touch on that it seems very clear that Netflix is heavily invested in this show, which gives me great hope for future seasons, and hopefully this can be quite long running. And it's also great for anyone else who wants to adapt manga or anime source material and turn it live action. This is like the benchmark now in my head. This is now what we should expect from all series. Like, we've had the bad shows out the way we won't talk about. this is now the benchmark people need to be meeting. Here's me, fingers crossed, hoping Naoki Urasawa's Monster gets a live action adaptation, because I think that would just be absolutely perfect for a live action adaptation show, because it's dark, it's gritty, it's like suspenseful. I think it would be great. Anyway, that's been me. It's been a very short video. I just really wanted to talk about episode 1 of One Piece and let you guys clown on me because I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong. I even said in that trailer reaction, I hope I get proven wrong, and I have been. Episode 1 banged. Hopefully they can keep up with this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.